I'm Dustin.
And I'm Dylan.
Welcome to the Country Scroller. This episode, as you can tell from the title, is a contrasting basket. We're going to be using two woods, maple and walnut, so it'll look real nice and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so here's our patterns. I'm going to cut them down so we can work with them easier. Okay, so I cut the patterns down now to apply them to the wood. Okay, for the top and bottom it calls for 3/8, but I'm going to just change it up a little bit and do a 1/4 inch because that's what I happen to have. And I'm going to be using walnut for that. So I'm just going to apply the patterns on the piece of walnut, like so. And however it'll fit on there. And I'll be back with you after I get those on there, and I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, for my next 3 pieces I'm going to be using this 1/2 inch maple. I'm going to apply those to it and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I got the patterns applied to the wood. Now I'm going to cut them down and they'll be more pliable. Okay, got all of our pieces cut out to more easier pieces to work with. Now I'm going to go over to the drill press, drill the holes, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, back here I got my holes drilled. Now over here at the scroll saw now, I'm just going to start by cutting out the bottom. Now I'm going to cut out the top. Now we're going to cut out a body piece. Now this might be common sense to you, but whenever I start on a cut like this one, I always start with the inside cut and then I work on the outside. That way I have something to grab onto while I go around this bead formation type thing. So cutting out the inside now. 1/2 inch wood, so you might have to take it a little slower. Again, it's hardwood maple, so let's get started. Let's go really fast. Alrighty, we're back here off the scroll saw and all the pieces are cut out. Before I peel off the patterns, we have something to pay attention with on the body of this, the weave part. And the pattern maker, Steve Good of this pattern, helped us out a little bit by putting a 2 A's on this and then a B on one of them, because that's the order they have to go in. The B has to be sandwiched in between the 2 A's when they go on, or the weave won't look right. So what we have to do is when we peel off the pattern, just make a little mark with a pencil or something on the edge of the wood, and that way we know to put that piece in the middle. So we can go ahead and peel the pattern off the pieces now, and we'll be ready to glue it up. Alright, to glue up process, we're going to be using this clear gel tacky glue. I'm going to start by just putting down one of the A's on this piece here, the bottom. We're going to line it to the best judgment and make it centered. Then we're going to put the B on and then the other A on top of that, and then the top piece. So let's flip this over and put some glue on it. Before this you could have done a little sanding, but it didn't look like it needed it to me. I'll just go ahead and sand at the very end on just the top and bottom piece. So So center that to the best judgment. Press it down a little bit and it'll get this clear gel tacky glue like suctions to the wood so it stays on place. So there's one piece. Now for the bead. Now the whole piece is going on this, so you can just go ahead and squirt the glue right on this piece that we just put down. You don't have to be super neat with this either. I mean, it's just clear drawing, so it'll be alright. Now this, you want to make sure it lines up so it's not one on top of the other. It's going to be a staggered type look. And to squeeze out, you can get it with your finger or whatever, or you can just do nothing about it, which would probably be the way I'm going to roll here. So press that down real good with your fingers, and we got our second piece on there. Now for our third piece on the body. Same thing, we're just going to put some glue on there. Our third piece. Make sure that they now a good way of judging if this is perfect on there is if it lines up directly with the first one that we put on, because that would make the weave effect on it. Just press that down real good. Now to put on the top. And to my best judgment, I'm pretty sure just center it the best I can, and then we'll just roll with it like that. I'm just going to spin this so it's easier for me to judge this here. Then center it to the best judgment by eye. Apply some pressure. If it moves around on you, make sure you get it back in spot, because really this gel glue, you have time to work with it, but not a lot, because if you put pressure on it right away, then it will get fixed in that position. So this is what we got. Now what I'm going to do is just flip it over and apply some pressure to it to make sure that the pieces are real tight on there, and just keep it on there for a while. The reason I'm doing this is because the clamps I'm going to put on, if I put them on and the glue is still real wet and it slides around, the clamping pressure is too much and it'll be hard to get these back in line. So I'm just going to make sure they're going to stay, and then I'll put the clamps on. Clamps I'm going to be using is just these or they're 6-inch bar clamps, but I have a couple of those will work perfect for this. I'll flip it over and just get a clamp in it like that. Be very careful in doing this, because this is uneven clamping pressure like that. So just set it down or prop it up against something, and then get the other clamp on it, and it'll be easier to work with. So after I wrestled with it for a little bit and made sure she stayed centered real nicely, I got the clamps on there. Now we're going to let that glue dry, and we'll be right back with it. Alright, we're back here. The glue is dry, and now we can give her a clear coat. Alright, for the clear coat, we're going to be using this Krylon clear acrylic. Tongue twister there. Just get a nice even coat over the whole thing, and That'll bring out the grain and the walnut and this maple here. Let's get a nice coat. That should do it for that first coat. Give her a couple more and she'll be done. And there's the final product. Hi, I'm Dustin.
And I'm Dylan.
Thanks for watching this episode of the contrasting basket. It is using two woods, hard maple and walnut. The maple was for the actual body of the weave part, and the walnut was for the top and bottom. Had a nice contrast to it, so I picked those two colors for that project, and I hope you liked it. See you next time on the Country Scroller, where we start to do some Christmas items. It's not far around the corner, so hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.